Okay, YouTubers, this is the first video in setting up a retaining wall, laying out a retaining wall. What we're doing is we're building a retaining wall which will go along behind me, and it picks up this other side here with that picture camera. What John's going to do for a start, we'll mark it out. We'll just show you how to mark it out. It's very important because this has to be a 90-degree angle in here, so we'll show you how you get 90 degrees. Remember that tape's not good. What's the good thing of here?
You just stuck up the other recording button. You're in the middle of talking to them, turn around and start talking to them, telling me how to do a tape measure.
Yeah,
I'm not real smart.
Right, it's just a query, John, because the fiberglass tape measure we've got has got a little bit of over length on it. I wasn't sure where the edge was. There's all these little funny things when you buy a tape measure sometimes. Like that's a 30 metre fiberglass tape, which actually has a little bit of extra on the end, and you just sort of go double check this and realise you've done that. Okay, it's measured from right over here, 6 metres through. Our wall is 6 metres coming that way, will be 6 metres going that way. And we'll have a 90-degree arc in here. And the land is sloping this way about 400 mil, not 400 metres, 400 mil from up that end. 400 mils in Imperial is about 2 feet, but which is enough to be really annoying when we go setting these beds up. So what we are doing is we're going to bring all the land out level. We'll put the big long bed in here. It'll be a lot easier, and there's a little, possibly another wooden bed going in here. I was originally going to use 2 IPCs here, but thinking about it with the plumbing, it's a little bit easier to set up a one single wooden bed. So I've got the 4.8 going here. Here John's tapping out his 6 metre markings there. I'll go over here and I'll show you where the corners of the wall is. So if you imagine we're building up here with timber sleeper wall, with galvanised steel interconnecting posts. And what happens is we'll show you that when we get to it. But what we have to do at this point, we've got to get it laid out, get it perfectly square. Nothing looks worse than if you look at it something and you know it should be a right angle and it's not a right, and it's slightly out, you'll see pick it up. It's a little bit like looking at one of these beds. They're not level. First thing I notice is it might be half an inch deeper at one end. That's something you just don't want when you're playing around with this sort of thing. You need me to help you with that, take me to John? First of all, he's going to take us down through. Okay, what he's doing to get his reference for his 90 degrees, he's going to measure 3 metres this way. Then he'll measure 4 metres that way. Okay, what we do now, we take an intersection measure from across there, pick up these 2 measurements. So the way it works, 3 metres to the corner, 4 metres up that way, then we measure across from the two points. What we need is a reference of 5 metres, 3, 4, 5, right? Gives us a 90 degree in that corner. It's a very, very old piece of trigonometry. Obviously you can't make a square to go in there and get it bounced all the way up. So what you do is you use the 3, 4, 5 method. Just remember that. 3, 4 and 5. And between the 2 points and 5, well, it doesn't matter whether you're doing it in feet, same principle applies. We're in Australia, so we use the metric system. So we measure 3 metres this way, 4 metres up that way, 5 metres across on the intersection. The 5 metres almost like on a 45-degree angle. Right? Yeah, always try to use 2 tape measures to work it out. That way you get your cross section when you're pulling out. Because if you try to do it with one, you don't get your cross section in the corner over here. If you lay your tape measures on the ground, you can actually see where they intersect perfectly. And the other thing I would say is try and use, we didn't do it, but normally I would say use two tape measures of the same brand, because occasionally you'll get a little bit of variation. But we do know that the fiberglass one has got a little bit of like extra on the end of it. We're already allowed for that. Okay, to get his line straight, what John's now doing. Have we got a problem, have we?
No, I just give us a good advice early.
Okay, he's done a 3, 4, 5, one step early.
And that was just to give me an idea of how much.
Yeah.
Now I have to redo it now.
Now redo it now that he's got a spring in place. I don't know if you can see this here. There's the top. But to get from that side to the corner, the line is actually sitting that way by 75 mil or 3 inches. So that will affect our intersecting measurement. So we have to remeasure it again. That's not a big issue. Better to play safe. Always, the real key to all of this stuff is do all your measurements right. The more time you spend doing this stuff, the less time you do going in and trying to fix stuff up later when you try to finish it. Particularly with this, you've got to have concrete put in around the post. You can't pull them out in a hurry. John's just weighting the tape down there so that it can't pull through as it gets his measurement. And he'll just make sure his tension's on the tape nice and even. And he's made sure his 0 point is on the tape at the corner peg. Just pull it straight. And we'll just the peg over there that he had. He's got to come in again about 75 mil.
Yeah, I'm just putting the peg at my 4 metre mark when I do my cross section.
Yeah.
This side here is probably going to have to move.
Yeah. I mean, there are fancy tools that you can buy to do it, but for the average person, I don't think we really want to go and spend $300 to $400 what you can do with a couple of tape measures. Yeah.
Yep, that's right, there we go.
Others, but you get a bit of entropy in your leg and it just goes crazy when you try to put the weight on. Okay, well now we've got our 3, 4, 5 figured out. Perfect. And all our intersecting lines have come out right on the button.
Move the tag over, just block off that 6 metres, as long as it's cut through 4 metre peg.
The peg where John's at the moment, I'm not sure that you guys can see it. That's our 6 metre peg. What he's doing is just getting the string line to touch the peg where he's got the square worked out to. That one's fairly critical. Just got to look, all you have to do is look down and make sure there's no dog leg in it when it goes past the peg. I don't know what a electronic laser square would cost in other parts of the world, but here in Australia I did have a look at one. Bosch make one, and it was going to be up around, I think, about $450. And for what we're doing, for a one-time operation, I couldn't justify spending that sort of money. No doubt we would have found another use for it at some stage. We always do. One thing I've learned over many years is never hire, borrow. If you want something, you just go and buy it. That way you've always got it. Okay, we've got our layout. This is our back wall. Our side wall's running up there. I'll walk up to it. Now, this is something important. When you're doing this, try to avoid tripping on the line. Really quite important. Our line that goes back towards the back of the, well, this technically is the back towards the front of the growing area. It's running up here. And what's going to happen, there will be a pathway that'll come down through here. My wife has a little jungle garden over the back there. So she needs access to come down here. Plus she's got all the hens over the side and she's got to get into all that. What John's working out now, because it's 6 metres long, we're putting our sleepers, our timber sleepers that we're using, come in 2.4 metre length. And what we worked out, we will put a 2.4, put a post, and then we'll cut a 2.4 in half, which will give us 1200 or 4 feet. So 8 feet to 4 feet, then a post, then another 8 feet. And you'll do the same up there. So when you're standing down on the corner here, it's symmetrical. 8, 4, 8. That's in feet, not symmetric. I'll rephrase that. 2.4, 1200. Now when I say 1200 is when I say 1200 millimetres, or 1.2 metres, 2.4 metres, 1.2 metres, 2.4 metres. Again, he's measuring the 2.4 metres here, and he'll try to get it so that he's got a 1.2 metre gap in the middle there. So it's quite critical. When you cut your timbers, you want them. You'll see when you get all the way in the post, that the board just slides down and fit in there nicely. 1.3? Okay, you got it right. Don't be afraid to have somebody standing on where you take it.
just to keep an eye to make sure the cake stays too long. The last thing we want is to be quarter or half an inch out, because sometimes that can make cutting and dropping into the slot quite difficult. And then you're trying to trim it up. Now he's measuring out, right, 1.2 metres, which is the 4 foot. Complete the there, which is the same as this foot on the end. They have seen it trying to cut everything up into 1.2 metre length, but I personally don't believe you need to do that. There's not a lot of weight against any of that. And the soil we're putting in here is actually high sand content, so once we temper it down, it's not going to want to put back, probably from the solid soil away. So I like the look of the treatment, so it's the same there. That's the mark, that's the laying out, how you do a mark out for this. I hope that explained it. If not, we'll leave a comment under the video, and I'll really get back to you. Try and put up a PDF on how to double check